Hello. Okay, hello there, dear YouTubers. My name is King1993, and today I'll be talking about a new character. Not a new character, I'll be doing a review about this character which is called Celestia. So, without further ado, let's get started. Now, I have been playing this character for a long period of time, and I actually didn't look at her skill, but basically speaking, her skill is used in a certain way. If you were to use her skill very properly, then she is basically a tank generator for every ally in the game, not for herself, every ally. So she is basically an ally tank generator. If that doesn't sound correct, then I don't know what else. Okay, because let me give you an example after fixing this character's weapon. So when it comes to the weapon of this character, the character has a very good, not the best, a very good selection of weapon, which basically gives her a very high amount of accuracy. For example, if I were to just select this recoil handling, everything should go back to normal, as in the most highest accurate gun afterwards. Okay, like it took me least amount of effort to just maintain that. So obviously this is a very good idea. The second one is magazine capacity, because reloading is gonna lower the reload time by 1 second, and go for sprint, not for 3 shot burst. I wouldn't recommend this. Why? Because in games like this, every moment is basically a very important part. So I highly suggest that you don't use this if you are a beginner. Unless you know how to use this properly, then it is up to you. But for beginner, this is not a very good idea. The last one for the weapon is gonna be headshot or stinging fight damage. Now, if you are using this character at mid range or short range, then your target is gonna be headshot and not stinging fight, because stinging fight is the mode where the enemies are basically paper, and only then this will become useful. Otherwise, not very much. So in this case, I would suggest that you select the headshot, because even by mistake, if you were to get some headshot, that is still definitely a better. A very good idea is to see a decoy, and let's shoot at this decoy and let's see what happens. So as I shoot, some of the attack will be hitting on the chest area and some of the attack will be hitting on the head. So I was aiming at the head, okay, but some of the attacks actually going on the head. I'm shooting at the chest, but some of the attack are going on the head. So that's basically how this character functions. Now, the overall question remains is, what is this character's capability? The capability of these characters are in the following manner, such as if you were to come to your ally, it will also automatically give the ally the armor regeneration from between the legs. As you can see here, the between the legs is actually glowing, indicating that if the more between the legs this character goes, the better the armor regeneration happens. Remember, between the legs. And the question remains is, how much does it happen? So it happens up to a matter of 30 meters. For example, okay, so yeah, so this is the distance where it starts to happen. So it is about 30 meters. Yeah, as you can see here, 29 meters distance. Almost at 30-meter distance, this character's ability activates. So the more you are near your allies, like let's say an ally is here and I'm in the middle and that ally is there, automatically I'm basically giving a 60-meter diameter range of character healing for my teammates. Just by staying there, I'm basically generating enough armor for the entire teammate. It doesn't make sense. Like how did that happen? That much it is true. So in cases like this, if you were to select something that is going to be extremely good for this character's gameplay, then I would suggest that instead of selecting all of these, the first thing that you must need to select is regain speed. Yeah, it sounds stupid, but this is the one that you must need to start with, because afterwards what will happen is it will regenerate the armor even faster. This is how this character works. Like I know you should be going for light regeneration armor, but in this case, starting with this one is gonna be the best option. Okay, and the other parts that are gonna be coming afterwards is gonna be other abilities. So when it comes to the ability of this character, such as this, it will basically produce a certain amount of extra armor, and this extra armor will be reflected back at this character. So 55 on me and 55 on the ally, and I can use this up to 2 times. Now I can use it up to 3 times, but I would rather have more cooldown. So in a escort mission, it can go as low as minus 12 seconds. So I highly suggest that you click this one and not this. Now when it comes to light armor regain, obviously you will have more armor, and stingified damage will basically give you even more armor in this paper mode. Okay, now those are not the important part. The important part is, okay, it is armor level is now total 90, 105, so total 115 total in general, I guess. So that is the amount of armor you are getting if you were to use this character. uh what should I call it? If you use these characters, okay, let's see, what is the maximum. The maximum is 190, but that is only possible if the active skill were to be replenishing a lot more faster, which is not gonna happen. So the maximum amount you are gonna get is up to uh, 50 more, like 140 total more armor. Okay, so that is basically how these characters active skill work. Now let's talk about the ultimate. I have explained the active. Now let's talk about the ultimate. So when you basically use the ultimate, what happens is, it doesn't matter the distance. It can be any distance. Okay. Let me go to that part there. Okay. Now, if I were to heal my ally, what I need to do is to use my ultimate and see where my ally is, aim at there, and then cancel it. Okay. And the ally has gotten a full set of armor. Now, you'll see that when I use this, there is a bar below. And what happens is, when the bar hits a certain point, there is a slash mark there. You can definitely see that slash mark. Once the total healing of the armor is done, the next thing that you must need to do is to uh, decide whether you want to stay there or whether you want to just return to the place where you spawned. So in this case, not only are you giving a lot of armor to the ally team, you are also gaining a lot of armor in return as well. So it totally depends on how you want to use this character. Normally what I would do majority of the time is, I would see which character is near what enemies. If there are no enemies near this character here, then I would definitely come to this place and get fully transported here without canceling it. Unless if there are any enemies nearby my ally, so I would definitely give that ally a lot of armor and cancel going there, because I don't need to just give the enemy a lot more points. It is unnecessary. So this is basically how this character functions in terms of her ability. Now when it comes to the weapon, or sorry, the grenades, the best type of grenade for this character will be interceptor. Not two types, total four types: interceptor, smoke bomb, windstorm grenade, and normal grenade. Normal grenade and windstorm grenade is very good for stopping the enemies from advancing. For example, obviously you can know what the frag grenade does, so I don't need to show you that. What I need to show you is, let's say this is the vehicle that is basically moving. What you must need to do is to put the windstorm grenade directly at this part, and then it will basically explode. And as it explodes, the enemy will go flying and you can shoot the enemy. So this is point number one. Now point number two is, Which other grenade did I mention? I mentioned the other grenades such as interceptor and a smoke bomb. Okay. Now, why interceptor and smoke bomb? Because when you are basically near your ally, you need to hide up to a certain point. So in smoke bomb will definitely able to make you hide and also heal your allies. So that is an important part. The second important part is the interceptor. When you put the interceptor, it will stay active for a certain period of time. Any attacks that is coming from the enemy, especially the grenade type, it will automatically get blocked up to a certain point. So with that in regards, I highly suggest that you first of all go to escort mission and get an idea of how to use this character, and then you will understand which type of grenade you should be trying to go for. I would definitely select somewhat in the middle range, such as a windstorm grenade and the frag grenade. As I don't want to be a total burden just by hiding, I want to give the ally a certain amount of idea that yes, I am not only supporting them, rather I'm also providing a certain amount of offense as well. So this is how all of this functions. Now, after all of this is done, the aesthetic of the character. Man, I had been doing this review for a 1 hour. As a result, my throat is drying up. So when it comes to the aesthetic of this character, let's talk about it. Uh, Customize. So the default outfit that you get by the beginning of the game is good enough on its own. This is alternative, 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 alternative. Like they're good. You can select which one. For example, this looks better. All of them has the same design except this looks better. Okay, a little bit difference in this area here. This one is the action looks like alternative, but the overall design of the clothes is completely different and still refreshing. This is basically what you will get on the screen menu, so you can see this all the time, no problem there. And this is the one that at first I thought that this character was someone else such as Fuchsia, but eventually I realized it is not Fuchsia, it is Celestia. So this is the normal skin and this is the alternate. Now despite being the alternate, they are all different in terms of color, but design wise they are the same, but aesthetically looking they are very good. Okay, for example, I would say that this one looks good, this one looks good, this one also looks good, almost similar. This one has a little bit of what should I call it, a nautical vibe. Okay, like based on her ability to heal the ally between the legs. Okay, I would say this 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 one falls perfectly with this character. Okay, now when it comes to the weapon, this weapon by itself is very good looking. This is an assault, not assault rifle, this is a submachine gun, and this already looks good. This one also looks good, but I would still prefer this one. I would select this over this one. Like I like the color theme of this one because it is properly balanced out. This one I do not like because it is, this one I do not like because it is abstract and the color is not covering the entire part uh, properly. This one directly matches with her vibe with the normal clothing. This one doesn't actually matches with this character. Unless if you were to talk about, yes, this character has the ability to transfer herself from one place to another, maybe then. But otherwise, this doesn't actually vibe with this character as much as it would vibe with Meredith. This is the ocean theme weapon, which is good enough on its own. I would say that this is a very good weapon. Color choice as a beach color scheme. And I think when I first saw this, I think, okay, this is unique, a bit unique because a bunny hanging on the weapon itself is very good looking. Not gonna lie, okay. And this is the limited edition. You must need to use real world currency to actually get it, like from here, otherwise it is not possible. So when it comes to that weapon, I would say that this weapon looks on its own, it doesn't look that much good for this character. But if you were to look at this character's legendary clothing material as well, then you will guess, yeah, it matches that way. And let's see how many colors is available. So this is the base skin, this is the alternate. Okay, I guess I like this alternate one rather than the base one. And let's see this one. Hmm. I guess I like this one and this one and this one. Okay, I like all of the color except the base color and this one. So I would say that I would definitely switch between these three. Okay, so overall this is the whole review of this character. Now, if you were to ask me, okay, which character, if this were to fight on 1 versus 1, that she will give that person a very hard time and the battle will extend for a longer period of time, it would be Ming. So this main character basically steals armor, and this one basically produces armor. So constantly producing armor and constantly stealing armor, it is gonna be like a very long match majority of the time, if there was any 1 versus 1. Okay, like that's what I thought when I saw Ming versus this Celestia, because it is like a tank generator versus a tank consumer, except the generator will constantly generate, whereas the consumer must need something to eat, otherwise they are gonna lose their armor. So they, yeah, something like that, funny a little bit. Anyway, so if you like this video regarding this character, then please give a like and subscribe and click the bell notification icons to get more of this type of topic on a regular basis. Thank you and see you again next time.